In 1952, two of the greatest minds of the 20th century stopped being friends, not drifted apart, stopped. Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus had been inseparable for a decade, drank together, debated together, edited the same underground newspaper together during the war. Then Sartre published a review so brutal, so personal, that Camus never spoke to him again. The question at the center of their breakup is the same question you face every day. Most philosophy videos treat existentialism like a museum piece. Here is what Sartre believed. Here is where he went to school. They do not tell you what any of it means for your actual life. We do. When you face a real choice, the kind that defines who you are, do you consult a moral code? Camus said yes. There is a shared human morality, a line you do not cross. Sartre said no. There is no external morality. There is only your choice. And the moment you make it, you are not just choosing for yourself. You are choosing for all of humanity. You are choosing what it means to be human. You cannot escape that responsibility. You are, as Sartre put it, condemned to be free. I know that sounds abstract. It is not. This is the question underneath every difficult decision, whether to stay or leave, whether to speak up or stay quiet. In those moments, you are doing exactly what Sartre described, choosing. And by choosing, declaring what any human should do. This is Mindscape Philosophy. We take the ideas that actually change lives and show you why they matter. Right now, today. Existence precedes essence. 3 words that changed philosophy forever. For most of human history, people believed the opposite. Your purpose, your nature, decided before you were born. By God, by fate, by your social class. Your life was about fulfilling a pre-written role. Sartre said, no. You exist first. You are thrown into the world. And then, only then, you define yourself through your choices. There is no human nature. There is only the accumulation of your choices. You are not born anything. You become something. Sartre used a simple analogy from his 1946 lecture, Existentialism Is a Humanism, a paper knife. Its purpose is decided before it exists. Its essence precedes its existence. For centuries, people thought humans were like paper knives, created with a purpose, a destiny. Sartre said we are the opposite. We exist first, raw, undefined, free, and then we define ourselves. We are not objects. We are not paper knives. We are the ones holding the pen. You wake up tomorrow. No predetermined nature. You could quit your job, move abroad, call someone you have not spoken to in years. Every morning, radical freedom. And most people cannot handle it. They flee from freedom. They say, I have to go to work. I have to stay. This is just who I am. It is easier to believe you are a paper knife, defined, limited, stuck, than to accept that you are free. Because freedom is terrifying. Sartre's most famous example, from Being and Nothingness, not the lecture, is a waiter. A man who is too much of a waiter. Every movement is a performance. He has convinced himself he is a waiter, but he is not. He is a human being who happens to be working as a waiter. We all do this. I am just an accountant. I am just a parent. I am just a student. All bad faith. All pretending you are a thing instead of a person. Stop. Everything I have told you, the paper knife, the waiter, radical freedom, is in the standard textbooks. You can find it anywhere. What comes next is why this video exists. If there is no human nature, no divine plan, then nothing justifies your choices except you. You cannot blame your upbringing. You cannot blame society. You cannot blame your circumstances. In every moment, you still choose. And by choosing, you are legislating for all of humanity. Every choice is a proposal for what humanity should be. If you lie, you declare lying is acceptable. If you show courage, you declare courage is human. You cannot opt out. Not choosing is still a choice. Staying silent is still a choice. You are always defining what it means to be human, for everyone. Now we arrive at the break. 1952. Camus publishes The Rebel, about rebellion and the limits of political violence. He argues, even for a just cause, there are lines you do not cross. The means are the ends. You cannot build justice with murder. Sartre's journal, Les Temps Modernes, assigned a reviewer, Francis Janson. The review was savage. It accused Camus of caring more about his clean conscience than changing the world. Sartre did not write the review, but he published it. When Camus responded with an open letter, Sartre's reply was devastating. Sartre wrote, "I do not know whether this world has any meaning, but I do know that I cannot stand by and watch people suffer, and if that means getting my hands dirty, so be it." The disagreement was about Stalin. Camus was horrified by Soviet labor camps. Sartre believed communism was necessary for liberation. For Camus, no goal justified killing innocents. For Sartre, refusing to act was itself violence. This is the ends versus means debate, and you face it every time you choose between right and effective. They never reconciled. Camus died in 1960 in a car crash with an unused train ticket in his pocket. Sartre died in 1980. 50,000 people followed his coffin through Paris. But here is the twist. Sartre did not believe the ends justify the means either. He believed something much more radical. His real answer is not about politics. It is about authenticity. Living authentically means accepting your freedom completely, making choices without lying to yourself. The authentic person says, "I chose this, not because I had to. I chose this because I decided this is who I want to be, and I accept full responsibility." That is terrifying, and that is the only thing that gives your life dignity. Tomorrow morning, Sartre would ask you one question, not, "What should I do?" but, "If I make this choice, am I willing to stand behind it? If yes, do it. If no, do not pretend you had no choice. Acknowledge you are choosing freely. Own it. That is authenticity. That is freedom. That is the only life worth living." 3 practices. 1. Morning ownership. Before you get out of bed, identify one choice. Say, "I am choosing this." 2. The bad faith check. When you catch yourself saying, "I have to do this," pause. Reclaim the choice. 3. The evening reckoning. Ask, did I live authentically today? Sartre was not alone. There was someone else at that cafe table, Simone de Beauvoir, his partner for 51 years, the author of The Second Sex. De Beauvoir asked the question neither Sartre nor Camus could answer. If existence precedes essence, what does that mean for women? Her answer changed the world. That is next time on Mindscape Philosophy. Subscribe so you do not miss it. Tomorrow morning. One choice. Own it. That is your freedom. That is your dignity. See you next week.